This is News First Weekend with Arundhati Mudannaika.
A very good evening and welcome to this Sunday's edition of Weekend Primetime News. I'm Arundhati Mudannaika. Parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa requests those who left the UNP to rejoin the party. We have more on this story later on in the news, but before that, here's a look at tonight's headlines. $100,000 bags of cement imported from Pakistan without a standardization certificate are at the port. A wildlife officer who attempted to rescue a wild elephant from a well dies after being attacked by the elephant. 8 policemen sustained injuries owing to riots in London. Now the stories in detail. The Sri Lankan Air Force confirmed that an American aircraft had entered Sri Lanka's airspace a few days ago. Air Force spokesperson Group Captain Andrew Vijayasuriya stated that the aircraft, which entered an area with a radius of 380 kilometers from the Pidurthalagala Centre, which belongs to the Civil Aviation Controls, was detected. The Air Force spokesperson noted that although it could be assumed through its flight pattern that the aircraft was engaged in a training drill, a notice was issued for the aircraft to immediately vacate Sri Lanka's airspace. Group Captain Andrew Vijayasuriya also stated that accordingly, the aircraft had left Sri Lanka's airspace. It could be assumed that the aircraft had departed from an aircraft carrier. The National Cooperative Council says that 100,000 bags of cement imported from Pakistan, which have been unloaded at the Colombo port, are yet to be released to the market. Speaking to News First, Chairman of the Council, Bandhu Ranawaka, said that this was a result of the failure of authorities to provide the stock of cement with a standardization certificate.
The stock of cement was brought to the island on Thursday, the 4th of August, due to the shortage of cement in the country. Chairman of the National Cooperative Council said that they applied for the standard certificate 6 months ago. Sometimes this may be a fault. Our thinking was to address the current shortage of cement in the island by importing this stock of cement to the island and distributing it. It will be illegal for us to release this stock of cement to the market without a proper certification. Hence, we urge the Sri Lanka Standards Institution to provide us with the necessary documents to release the stock of cement to the market. If private companies who import cement from this particular organization is provided with a certification, I don't understand why they cannot provide us with the necessary documentation. We feel there may be some sort of pressure to release the goods to the market.
When News First inquired into the matter from an officer attached to the Sri Lanka Standards Institution, he stated that there is no delay in issuing quality certificates for cement if it meets the required standard. The officer added that the quality of certificates of various brands of low-quality cement have been suspended in the recent past. The GCE Advanced Level Examination is scheduled to commence tomorrow. 291,861 candidates are to sit for the exam this year.
The exam commences at 8:30 in the morning. Therefore, candidates must arrive at examination centres at least half an hour early. Apart from the admission paper with the approved timetable, identification papers, black and blue pens, box of instruments and the other equipment required for colouring, nothing can be taken inside the examination centre. Instructions have been given to impose a 2-year examination suspension if caught bringing in any other items. Exam results of candidates who forward identification papers other than the national ID and the passport will be cancelled. Not suspended, but cancelled.
Meanwhile, a group of students at the Tangol National Boys' School are not sure whether they would be able to sit for one particular subject at the exam this year. The reason is that these students, who are supposed to sit for the biology paper tomorrow, are scheduled to sit for the combined mathematics paper as per their admission card.
We went to obtain our admission cards last Monday as per the notice of the examinations commissioner. Then we were informed that the admissions were sent back to the examinations department in Colombo since there was a mistake in the admission paper. They have been asked to come back on Friday and were given the same admission cards with mistakes.
According to parents, they informed the zonal education officials since they did not receive an answer from the school.
When we spoke to officials at the Zonal Education Office, they said there won't be a problem and that once they report to the invigilator on the day of the exam, they can sit for the exam. But our children are very upset because of this incident.
Whether or not the examination problems of these students will be resolved will be decided at the examination center tomorrow.
Two main bus associations are voicing different opinions regarding providing free transport services to students who will sit for the advanced level examination, which begins tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Western Province Road Passenger Transport Authority are requesting bus owners to provide free transport services to students as a meritorious deed.
Several opinions were voiced over the past few days regarding transporting students who will sit for the advanced level examination this year. Nobody requested from us for a free bus service. The advanced level students nor the parents made a request. This is an unwanted problem. We clearly state that all the bus owners, the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association and employees are with our association. A decision has been made to transport school children free of charge if they are clad in uniform who board private buses tomorrow morning. There is no problem. Anybody could put up a board and provide transport services. There may not be a bus on this route, but there will be another bus which will travel on the road every 3 to 5 minutes. Although the conductor of the previous bus would object, the conductor of the second bus will conduct his duties well. The conductor says that a free service will be provided, but that doesn't happen. You cannot get away from the boys. You know the sentiments of young boys. They will assault the conductor. When the conductor is assaulted, then it would lead to bus strikes and the children will be in remand custody. I don't think the bus owners will hesitate to provide such a meritorious deed to students who are going to sit for the advanced level exam, which is a milestone for their future. Now the Supreme Court has ordered the Western Province Road Passenger Transport Authority not to grant room for anybody to travel without a ticket. The Supreme Court has given an order. I have the Supreme Court order with me. I think it is inhumane for the chairman of the bus associations to obstruct the assistance provided to these innocent students. It is better to stay away from such inhumane bus owners.
Co-deputy leader of the United National Party, Sajid Premadasa, made a request to all those who left the party to join the UNP once again. The parliamentarian expressed this view while participating in a party members' meeting in Suryaveva, Hambantota.
Parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa presented certificates acknowledging the party members. There are thousands of individuals in this country who left the party owing to various reasons, disappointments and issues. I would like to tell them that the doors of Sirkota are open for them to join the party once again. Your support is necessary to take our party forward through energetic new programs to build the party mechanism and infrastructure. The fact that only a certain class or a small number of families are maintained should stop. An era should be created where the national resources, national wealth and economic benefits of development should be equally shared amongst all in a society where justice reigns supreme.
Meanwhile, at a function held in Karuthar South, Deputy Minister Rohit Abegunwardana expressed views about the United National Party.
In a few days' time, the roads within the UNP headquarters Sirkota will be built by us. The roads inside Sirkota are dilapidated. There are vehicles that can be renovated and there are those that cannot be renovated. The UNP is a vehicle that cannot be repaired and should go to Panchigawatha. No one wants to buy it. It is now broken into parts. Tires are in one place, the engine is in another, seats and boards are all over. It must be sold for the weight of iron. Sajid is on one corner to buy this lot of iron. Karu is in another corner. Vikramasinghe is entangled with the problem of how to distribute this lot of iron. Deputy Minister Rohita Begunawardena vested the new carpeted Dharmarama Road in Kaltura South, which was built at a cost of 40 million rupees in the public.
Taking a look at a developing story for tonight, the Ministry of Health states that there is a high risk of the dengue virus spreading once again in the Colombo and Gampha districts. The ministry noted that this was revealed through a scientific survey on mosquito larvae which was conducted over the past few days. 114 lives were claimed owing to the dengue virus during this year alone.
The Ministry of Health states that the mosquito density has increased in the Colombo Municipal Council area, Devala, Mount Lavinia, Kaduwela, Maharagama and Kolonava areas in the Colombo district. The number of dengue patients reported within this year in the Colombo district stands at 5,822, out of which 1,945 patients were reported in the month of July. 52 dengue patients have died between January 2011 to July in the Colombo district.
One of my family members was discharged from the General Hospital last week. We kindly ask that this area be cleaned. Mosquito repellents are not used for our scheme.
There are plenty of mosquitoes. Only the front area is cleared by the Urban Council. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health also states that the mosquito density has increased in the Gampha urban area, Wattala, Draala, Kalaniya and Minuwangoda areas of the Gampha district. Over the past 7 months, 17 dengue-related deaths were reported from the Gampha district. Incidentally, these were the visuals we witnessed when we toured the Gampha town this morning. The drain near the Gampha base hospital has transformed into a mosquito breeding ground. Area residents charge that mosquito prevention is not carried out appropriately in certain locations.
There is no point talking about other places if a location like this is infested with mosquitoes.
The number of dengue patients in the Gampha MOH division reduced to 64 by June. However, owing to the intermittent rains, the number of patients started to increase from the month of June. We are continuing with a constant program. We are glad to say that not a single dengue-related death was reported last year or this year from the Gampha MOH division. Yet a few deaths were reported in the Gampha district.